Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Rift. This is Rivka from the Perennial Flame Guild, and tonight we are going to be starting our roleplay shard campaign that we are sponsoring as a guild. So that's one of the great things about Rift, right, Farah? Is that we can build these dimensions just in any way we want to. There's no limit. We can build pretty much anything that we need to for any of our campaigns.
Absolutely. And not just campaigns, for our own personal fun now. Devices of torture and, whatever else we may want to use them for.
Yeah, they're definitely addictive, that's for sure. Hey, Shijiro.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. How are you? You're on Twitch with us. Do you know that?
Wouldn't be the first time I'm on Twitch.
All right. So I made this Twitch channel for our guild and for the shard, since we're doing a small shard arc for the next 4 to 6 weeks. And this way it's recorded so people can go back and look at it and see the kinds of things we've done. Here's some explanations, stuff like that. Right now I am looking up Den of Iniquity and I'm going to go there. Oh, first I have to change my character's outfit. That's another good thing about Rift, right? Is the wardrobe is so amazingly easy.
Do you ever pick an outfit and then realize if people knew your character that they'd be able to pick you out through body ink? So masks really don't mean shit.
Oh, that's right. Oh, and I forgot we need a mask. Have you guys all read the rules for if your character decides to take this new designer drug?
I have. I'm just trying to figure out if I have a tune that would do it. I mean, in character, which one of mine would even do any drug?
Right. Yeah.
I could see Tristine forcing it down people's throats or whatever just to get be able to test the reaction, but I don't think that counts the same.
No, I don't think so. So the premise tonight is just the kickoff of this shard campaign, and it's casual. What we're doing again is introducing this the mature theme of a designer drug, and it's going to lead to a lot of other things throughout the adventure, and who knows what's going to happen with you crazy RPers. I always have to crumple up my outline and throw it away and start again like 10 times during something like this. But we are going to start it with this. There's not going to be any rolling. There's no calls for initiative, rolls, nothing. It's just going to be social tonight. And there are other dimensions that are listed on FaeblightUnited.engine.com that also would be kind of seedier, darker, carrying this new drug. And I'm going to take everybody through those on a tour in a little while. And I'm just going to remind people in tells about the availability of this new designer drug. It's called Spiral Dust. Hey Aldurian, how are you?
I'm not, I just don't like speaking too much.
It's okay. We at least got to hear you that one time. Hey Carrie, how are you?
Hello, I'm good.
We were talking just a little while ago, Carrie, about how dimensions in this game make roleplay so good. What do you think about that?
I think it's true because there's so much that you can do with the dimensions in these games. In this game particularly, it allows you to use your imagination and creativity to the fullest. I mean, you can build anything from a CD bar to a forest and make your stories come to life.
And really, in this game, you can build pretty much anything and assume with pretty good confidence that there is a place where you could find that particular place. It's not so, steeped in strict lore because they give us tears and multiple timelines, slivers, other dimensions. Isn't that right?
Very true. You literally it's the realm of your imagination here. You can be anything, you can do anything. It's freeing because the lore is relaxed, and you can really fit just about anything into the lore with just a little finagling.
In our guild, we have used so many different tabletop adventures in the past few years, and they're not hard, to go ahead and fit to this game world. They're pretty easy.
That's very true. I mean, tabletop does complement the Rift world very well, and those familiar with D&D would often see that there is a D&D element in the Rift world to begin with.
So you have a character based on Strahd, but you have adjusted him to the Rift world. That's fantastic.
Yes, yes, and I'll be the first to admit it definitely took a little work to get to, but it's not overly hard. A little bit of looking into the lore of the vampires and everything, and with the lore being so open, it kind of gives you, wiggle room with just, framework.
So here's Kuro on Ecomare. How do you even say that? Is he in here? He's not in here right now. But if you click on characters, a lot of RP characters have a couple of add-ons that are usable in this game, and you can give a whole bunch of information for people to look over if you want to. And you can click whether you're in character, out of character, if you want conflict or peaceful RP, ERP, no RP, or mature, and a meta section, a biography, a description. It's a really great tool. So there's this one, and there's also Tome that has 2 fields. Makes it a little bit simpler here. They're both very good add-ons. And there's a bunch of effects listed that can be referenced. And this is in FaeblightUnited.engine.com under the Planar Spiral OOC Compendium. Hey, Carrie.
Yes, Rev.
This mug of silver ale that is sparkling over here, what happens when you click on it? Is that the thing that kills you?
I don't know where I didn't see that.
Well, I'm not clicking on it because I remember going into another.
Are you on the other side of the bar?
Well, I am on a side of the bar. I'm not sure where you are.
I think it's just the stuff that Nico puts out, and you'll pick up a mug, sit down, and drink it.
Right. Nico is here. Okay. I got paranoid. I was in someone's really awesome dim before, and there was like a drink out at the bar, and I clicked it, and it killed me. What item is that? What dimension?
Kill rooms.
Oh. See, we can put out more then.
They're,
Ta-da!
they're PvP items that you can get, and you can basically create a kill room with them. And basically what it does is it'll transport you into a room, and then it'll kill you.
And that happened to me.
Also on the bar table there, or bar top there, you have Nico, who if you click on him, he can actually set out the drinks. So you're probably also seeing the drinks that he set out.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. And here, she has 4 Nikos in here. And I remember when dimensions first came out, you could only have 1 per dimension. So this is a cool thing. And I just got whispered by Merilith, who told me one of these days Nico is going to get pissed at the Ascended and start poisoning the drinks dimension wide. He does take a lot of abuse.
And suddenly I'm
Especially
thinking
at the
of Mass
wino.
Effect 2.
I see Aldurian over there skulking around. So we have lots of people in here talking, enjoying themselves. I think I'm going to go check out the other dims I have listed just to show everybody. The other places that this new designer drug is going to be available. I have listed the dimensions on FBU, faeblightunited.engine.com. And the first one is called the Underground. Let me get going there. Okay, and now I'm in the Underground, and this is listed as the entrance to this place is through the sewers of Fortune Shore. You go through a particular sewer entrance, and I'm going to have to even remember. I think you go this way. Maybe it's through here. It's just a brilliantly built dimension. Bunch of turns. Oh, I was wrong. Maybe through here. Here's the stairs. You go up to the stairs, and here you find a little CD bar. And it's just done so well. I love this dimension. I don't know if the person who made this dimension even plays anymore. There's even pool tables. I see Merilith.
How can you surprise her with initiative if you tell her that you see her?
I think she saw me first. And she is wearing just a gorgeous outfit. Look at that. Let's inspect her. Very tribal. It's beautiful. All right, the next dimension that's on our list, where you can go at any time, assume there are NPCs there that will offer you this designer drug Spiral Dust. It is called Bugsy's Speakeasy, and the person who made this dimension is just fantastic at dimensions.
Just out of curiosity, have you made people that are whispering you aware that it's on Twitch?
I think I forgot to tell, this is Nally. I think it's kind of funny because, that's the kind of things that they offered on the menu. And they still do. The menu
They
is
had
They changed
mooncake.
up the effects of the Lotus. Some
Of
of
the
the Lotus used to
Lotus.
do some really funky stuff.
right. So they have all these different types of lotus that they have on the menu, and they have rolls, and you roll for the effect. And there are all kinds of different effects. So people had a really good time with that. But that was one of the effects that, it's a drug den, so it's a mature themed role play area. So here we're in Bugsy's Speakeasy, an amazing dim by VI. So here she is built past the boundary even. This is one of the smaller dims too. Only 400 items, and she did all of this with it. So this is beyond the boundary, and it's just amazing. Look at that. And so I can't move any further. So I'm going to turn down the alley because what CD bar is noteworthy if it's not in an alley, right? So we have some doors here. I'm going to go to faster. We have garbage, a cat. This is just brilliant. And this is where the PvP items come in handy for not just PvP, but for moving around in DIMS. So you can see the guard is here. You give them a special password or a special knock or something, and you click on, see the sparkly here, it won't open, there it is, the sparkly here, that's a PvP dim item, and it's going to flag me for a team of PvP and put me in the starting area, which she moved to right here inside the speakeasy. So now the guard has let me through the door because apparently I look like a miscreant, and here I am in this gorgeous seedy dim.
He's probably afraid that you'll have him roll for initiative.
She's made cigarettes and ashtrays, booths here for people, and I love the stage, a little stage that has a piano on it. That's right. She just let me know you need a password. So here's the microphone and the gorgeous piano, grand piano. Is that 400 item dimension contest over yet? That Ace is throwing? Because I know this is one of the
No,
entrants. When is that done? August or this month?
15th.
Oh, so it's coming up. So what are these under the table? This is from Sihan. Do you see how these tables have the cloth hanging underneath them? Isn't that from a carnival item? And then she put wood on top of it? Because she has them over here as well. I think that's a carnival item. Oh, roulette wheels. Thank you. And I guess Vi is how you pronounce Vi's name, even though it's spelled Vieye. All right, so our next dimension where people can go and they can procure some of this spiral dust is called the Dreaming Crystal Rock Shop. And this dimension is actually going to take a little more of the story in our arc. More things are going to be happening inside this rock shop. It's specifically built for a plot point in the story. And it was built by me and a bunch of people from the Perennial Flame. We all just tag teamed it and it just turned out great. We wanted it to be on kind of a back street of Tempest Bay, kind of a shadier part of town. So we built the street and the shop. Someone put in this dancer here. I wonder if you do that, Farah. And then we've got a person sleeping on some garbage. We've got some
My
graffiti.
fault.
We've got some graffiti. Oh, are you the one that put the dancer there? Or
No,
the
I put
garbage
the
person?
bum.
Yeah, the garbage person.
The
So
bum was me.
they're both great. Yeah, but this is really good. Pile of garbage with a sleeping dude on it. So you can see that when you port into this dimension, it's a little off the path here for Tempest Bay, but we can go into the rock shop, and if a person comes in here and talks to the people who run this and you say the right things, then you probably will be able to walk away with some crystals of the spiral dust. That's right, Farah put in a dead body over here. Didn't you, Farah?
Yeah, I didn't think the dancer was enough.
Yeah, this is the creativity of everybody on this game with their dimensions is just outstanding. People who are looking for kind of a quiet area to go and get this new designer drug called Planar Spiral Dust is called the Underbelly, and that is made by Miss Duskren herself. And here is the Underbelly. Nice
So you always want to be careful with those permissions.
That's right. A scroll nicely stabbed onto the door here. So the description that she puts about the underbelly is that the main thing you need to know about the underbelly is that neither the food nor the drink are the reason it's in business. I love how she has the cups hanging upside down here. So this brought us behind the bar here. And then the stage is here. Looks like a hookah lounge over here. Very fancy hookah lounge. Pool table. And then some stairs over here. Nice balcony. And this is the breach chamber. It's a 500 item dimension.
And it's a very good dimension if you're just starting out.
The corgi head, that's just crazy. My sister has corgis. She would be appalled. So I'm going to go back to the Den of Iniquity. You know, a lot of people really like to use the ability of time travel and different time threads and all that lore that that is available to us in Rift. A lot of people like to use that for their characters, and it seems like a lot of fun. And I know you've used that for some characters, and so has Carrie, especially the Oracle timeline or quest chain, and then and I was just saying that there's even quantum sight that you can get for your character to get artifacts that have shimmered through from different timelines. So what do you think about that aspect of the game?
Well, basing off of like let's say for instance the Defiant starting point and everything, I think it weighs heavily with dimensional time traveling and everything like that, so it actually fits in. So having the quantum sight, having characters, or creating a character with a alternate like timeline type mentality based on what they're seeing, what they're doing, and everything that's going on, it can be very common, but also can be very interesting as adding into the overall role play of everything that you're doing with your character, especially with individuals that meet that character along the way.
Oh, that's right. Even I forgot about that, and I just mentioned that the other day about the starting zones for both Guardians and Defiant.
But in other words, I find it rather fun.
Yeah, but even the starting zones at the beginning of the game have to do with time travel. So you enjoy that part of the game then?
Correct.
Well, Rift wouldn't have as much lore, because it's a big part of Rift lore is different time threads and time travel and things like that. So there's not a lot of games that's implemented in. They don't mess around with it that much. And what do you think, Carrie? I mean, I know you have an Oracle character. Do you enjoy playing her? I think you do.
I do. It's interesting playing. Well, the thing with this character, I mean, she came from a completely different timeline and was dropped off in this one. So it's really exciting because her entire world outlook is different than what's in this known history. So it's a lot of fun to go through role playing this character who thinks one way, but really things are supposed to be another way. And it really opens up the opportunities for her to grow and change. So it is a lot of fun.
And would you recommend uh, Rift in general to any role players out there because it does have so much freedom for character backstory and growth?
I would, because it does give you the ability to really let your character shine. And everybody's really nice on Faeblight anyways, so that's always a good thing. But you can really get into the creativity of letting your character breathe and flesh out who they are. And there's so many different avenues and so many different ways that you can present them. And it turns out really well in this atmosphere.
Well, as far as this arc goes, it's arc for the shard, and there's going to be planar travel, but I don't know. Right now, I don't foresee any time travel, but that doesn't mean it can't happen. You know, who knows what will happen with all of these characters involved. But I do know that the next upcoming little events, there's going to be a couple small investigative events after more news of this particular drug gets out and the effects it might be having. Our heroes are going to be asked to investigate. There's a couple investigative events set up that we'll do in the next week, and then we'll have a larger event probably in 1 week. And you'll see a little bit of rolling in the investigative events, like more close to tabletop. But in our main event, it is going to be fashioned after a tabletop adventure, but we're going to fit it to Rift, and we're going to fit it to an MMO environment. And then any of you who are out there who haven't seen this happen before or are wondering how this works, what are the pitfalls, is it fun, you'll be able to take a look at it. As for now, this was just our introduction to our new shard arc, and I think I'm going to stop this stream unless anyone else had anything to say. All right, well, to anybody who is watching, thank you. Happy gaming, everybody!